Have you ever sat down at a restaurant and ordered a delicious steak and then complained about the outrageous price? This is not the hard-working American rancher profiting from this. Put yourself in a cattle rancher's boots. You're working long hours, fixing fence, working cows, giving vaccinations, putting out hay bales, and so much more, all in the blazing heat of the summer and the cold of the winter, just to make a poor man's dollar. Cattle ranchers are struggling in today's market due to the flood of foreign cattle and the middleman, better known as processing plants. Take a trip to south of the equator, to Brazil, and someone is doing the same exact thing for half of the costs, but making more than 75% of the profits than you by selling their beef in your country and being your competitor. How does that make you feel? It is hard for people to see the bigger picture, that cheaper is not always better, especially when it affects our economy and how our people put food on their tables. 1.4 million head of cattle have been imported into the United States in 2020. This displaces the cattle producers' American markets. Fat cattle that ranchers have countless hours of feeding and doctoring are selling for slaughter, and they're losing over $100 a head on these cattle. This means that the farmers are not recuperating all of the costs they have in the cattle and the feed and medicine to ensure that they produce a safe and healthy product. They're essentially paying processing plants to take the cattle off of their hands because of the flooded imported market. According to the 2012 Census of Agriculture, there are approximately 2.6 million farmers in the United States. Nearly half of them are cattle farmers, which accounts for 1.6% of the population. 80% of the U.S. beef is owned by another nation, stated by the Midwest Ag Center. In June of 2017, 11% of the imported beef from Brazil was rejected after being inspected by the USDA due to health-related concerns. That is stated by the Midwest Ag Center. These out-of-country processing plants are not as sanitary as the U.S. processing plants. This allows for foreign contaminants to be brought into the U.S. and consumed by the workers and children that make our economy go around. We do not want our nation and children eating unsanitary meat that their immune systems may not be able to protect them against. We should know this by now. We're in 2020 and battling COVID-19. No civilization can survive the time when its agriculture economy is destroyed. Meat does not come from the store. By saying this, I mean that farmers and ranchers put countless hours to produce a product that you can buy in the store and bring home for your family to enjoy. The farmer is not the only man in our economy. The farmer is the only man in our economy who buys everything at a retail price and sells at a wholesale price and pays for the freight both ways. Farmers break their backs 7 days a week, all year long. This is no exception for holidays. Cattle still have to be fed, and don't think they're getting paid time and a half. This is where the processing plants come into factor. This is why everyday shoppers experience high prices of beef. There's a decrease in packer capacity. This means that there is far less capacity today than 10 years ago, stated by beefmagazine.com. This means that less competition allows the processors to essentially be able to name their own price. In Wyoming, there has been a new law put into place that ranchers are allowed to sell meat directly to tables, which is an act that every state should follow to promote the beef industry of the United States. Eating local is one of the best things a person can do. This can guarantee cleaner and fresher meat due to the time saved from global transportation and processing. Now, it is our time to make beef American again. American farmers deserve more than getting their throats cut by foreign competitors. There is no reason a second and third world country should be sending meat our way when they have starving people in their own country. Buying and selling local is the best for not only your health, but our economy. If you ate today, thank a farmer. Thank you.